Thanks for. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how else to. I'm just gonna come out and say it because I'm kind of like just a real person, I guess. So I have to say it. I had a terrible day today. Well, I'll tell you, won't see it's funny. My uncle, and it was like kind of tragically died this morning, and I was out of school all day. So if I'm a little more emotional or I cannot get a sentence out, you guys help me out, all right? You got me? Okay. All right. So now you know where I'm coming from. Okay. My name's Aaron Boguszewski. They call me Coach Bogey. Hey. I'd like to thank Dr. Taylor and Vince Levy, our athletic director, for just letting me be a part of this whole thing. This is pretty awesome for me. I get paid to do this. It's pretty awesome. I love being out here with the guys. This is my favorite time of the year. I literally shed tears when it's over. People always ask me hey, you happy soccer's over? It's like, you get some time yourself. And I was like, no, I'm not. I love it too much. So I hope these guys like being out there as much as I do. Booster Club, thank you for this tonight, and thank you for your continued support throughout the season and genuine care for the boys on this team. I'd like to give a special thanks to Steve Zellers. This is my 9th year as a varsity coach, and I've coached Zellers for every year since I began. Next year may be my first Zellerless year. Steve Zellers has been my right-hand man for all 9 years, always looking to help our team whenever possible, from collecting money to ordering food to organizing go-kart racing. Steve has always been there for this program, so I would personally like to thank him for all his years of service. So thank you. Johnny on the spot already. Thanks to my wife for enduring long hours of soccer practice, games, and game planning. There are few people who know how much time and energy goes into this program. She knows more than anyone. It is because of her flexibility and support this team is what it is. So thank you. All right, parents, thank you for enduring my practices that end at 5:30, but we all know they end at 5:45. Your dedication to these boys has shown tremendously, and I am continually grateful for your patience. Thank you. Okay, coaches, I'm trying to cruise. Coach Scott Bloomstead. Coach Bloomstead, 2nd year as our freshman coach. However, this was his 1st year of the team. Congratulations on your winning season, and thank you for everything you did all season. Scott proved to be more than just a freshman coach, but also helped JV every game this season. Scott is not a camper by nature, but put the team first and roughed it with us, and it was a huge help this all season. Thanks, Scott. Coach Kieran was our JV coach and did a phenomenal job with an undefeated record of 12-0-3. 1st year coach, that's impressive. This year was his first team with the team, with his own team, and he did a fantastic job. He was always ready and went above and beyond his duty by helping coach the freshman team with Coach Bloomstead. He was such a help to me this season. Whether I needed him to pick up 47 breakfast sandwiches or drive up to Paul VI for a coach's tournament game, he was right there. Kieran was a player favorite and will be remembered by the players most for his campfire ghost and bathroom incident stories. Thank you for everything this season, Coach Kieran. Coach Earl. Coach Earl couldn't be with us tonight. I think he's this team's biggest fan. He brings years of perspective and clarity to the boys. Coach Earl seems to have his own nickname for everyone on the team and loves to give and he treats these boys like his own. Coach Earl gets more warnings for yellow cards, gets me more warnings for yellow cards than anyone else in the team combined. For those who may not know, varsity rarely, if ever, takes a day off, regardless of the weather. No matter the conditions, he was out there with us setting up cones and offering encouragement to the boys. We couldn't do it without Coach Earl. Coach Tim Tower. Coach Tower has been with us, has been our team's defensive specialist for years and has made us so much better this year. This is my 9th year as coach, as I said before, of this team. And after my first year, I said, I can't do this by myself. So Coach Tower stepped in. He's been with me for 8 years. I could not and really would not want to do it without him. Tim is a player's coach and is not known for saying much during practices or games to players, but always delivers a killer speech when needed. Players feed off his passion and his knowledge of the game. So thank you for everything, Coach Tower. Okay, so finally, while we're all here, I want to thank the players. You are truly why I do this. I apologize, I have to read. I'll forget something if I don't read it, so I'll try to do better, be a better reader. I have tried to be the best coach I can be for you guys. It gives me such joy to go out and practice day in and day out and see your faces. And then to have you buy into what we teach here. You bought in so much this year that most of our team did not shave or get a haircut the entire season. Now we all look like homeless folks. I am told constantly how well you carry yourselves on and off the field, whether it's deflecting obscene comments from mainland parents. I hope there's one of them here. Not reacting to dirty fouls, backing each other up on the field, or the positive comments that I get when you all go out to Kirk's or to the Surf Cafe. I am so proud of you. I am proud to be your coach, and I am proud of all your accomplishments. Okay, here goes our season. Every year we start practicing in June and we go hard until November. During that time, we do a lot of fun team building activities. In early August, we start off our annual camping trip by crabbing all morning, where we determine to eat only what we catch. During this trip, we bond as a team and become a closer-knit group. Then Hell Week starts. We get in shape, and where I try to find fun ways to get fit. Beach and bridge runs follow the leader. Boardwalk runs and visits to tiny town dominate our days. However, it is not all work. Throughout the season, we do pizza at preps, team barbecues. Thank you, Bob Millar. Baby World Cup, where these kids will literally kill someone and break bones to win a t-shirt. Arcade nights, pasta dinners, boardwalk night runs, and so much more. To me, this is so much more than playing good soccer, but we do like to play it right. We take pride in the fact that every year we feel like we could contend for a championship. And since we only lost 4 senior starters to graduation, we had an even higher goal this season. These seniors were determined to succeed where last year's team failed, and work during the season proved that they were indeed up for that challenge. I also, last winter, decided I wanted to challenge the prevailing high school soccer mindset by determining to develop players and play real possession soccer. Now, a lot of coaches will say that they play possession, but it's not really so. It's mostly a long ball to a fast forward to a foot race at goal. This style is played ad nauseum in high school. However, it does not develop players, it does not get them ready for soccer at the next level, and it is not playing the game the right way, as we say. In the winter, I asked myself the question, how well could a high school team fare if they played real possession soccer against kick and run teams? How many games could we win simply by keeping the ball? Because of our disappointing playoff result against Hamilton last season, I determined to find a better way to break teams down and keep the ball around the whole field. If you were at any of our games this season, you probably heard me shout, "Keep the ball," and that was our goal, to keep the ball, to move it up the field in patterns and defend as one unit. I'm sure you heard about our rondo drills that we did every day. These and daily working the ball out of the back, which I just found out Josie hated. It made us good though, don't matter. Where was I? Great. Working the ball out of the back in patterns was how we kept possession in most games for over 70% of the time. So I wanted to show this clip. There's a clip. It's a playoff game against Lacey Township, and it's the second round of playoffs. I can't even see it, but is it going? Yeah. We have 13 consecutive passes at the very beginning of this game, and they don't even touch the ball. Just watch how we move it up. We practice this every day, and this is the way the game should be played.
Fine, Matt. Switch field. Josie would have tops. That's not about. Oh, 36 seconds.
33? All right. So to me, don't ask about that. So that's what we do every day, and it shows so much. We literally dissected teams this year. I've never received so many comments, and praise from parents, fans, and strangers for how well a team possesses the ball. The Kingsway coach said it was the best-looking soccer he had seen in years, and it was so much fun to watch and be a part of. Well, as the season progressed, we proved that this style was working, and we were off to a great start. We overcame teams like Cinnaminson, Williamstown, and Glassboro. In fact, we won enough games to be invited back to the South Jersey Coaches Tournament, an invitation we had not earned since 2014. We won the Cal this season with a 9-1 record, first time where we didn't have to share it with another team, so that's a great accomplishment. When playoffs came, our boys were ready. We steamrolled through the first 2 rounds and then overcame the hurdle that tripped us up last season in Hamilton, in the worst weather of the year. I don't know how the girls, first off, congratulations to the girls for winning South Jersey. That's a great job, great job. That's the accomplishment. That's like my highest goal. I don't know how the girls got 70-degree days and sun, and we had 30-mile-an-hour winds and 30-degree temperatures. Something was messed up there. So we made it back to the South Jersey Final again. In the last 5 years, we have made it to the South Jersey Finals 4 times. It is a great accomplishment to make it to this game. However, we fell short that windy day. Even though we lost the game, I am so incredibly proud of the character, determination, and play from this team. Near the end of the season, I found myself a spectator who did not need to scream instruction, but rather watched you move the ball effortlessly around your opponents. It was so fun to watch, and I hope the teams of the future can build upon what you have started. Thank you for a great season. My favorite team to watch and coach. Thank you, guys. All right. We call this by the numbers. All right, here we go, from big to small. We had 12,000 paintballs fired on the camping trip. I think, Luke, you fired half of them in one round. 1,342 headers Anthony won this season. 872. The score, Matt Z scored on the arcade punching bag game in the middle of our boardwalk run. 641. Josie's losing score. Punching bag game against Matt Z in the middle of our boardwalk run. 546 times Andre did someone else's job. 110 minutes we sat on the bus circling Rowan's campus to find the field with Mrs. Kathy. Good grief. 128 saves between Garrett, Brian, and Chase. 84 days in our season. 78 crabs caught on the camping trip. 73 goals, 72 assists. We were generous. 67 times Andre corrected me during practices. He's smarter than me. 64 practices. 64 practices where I said I'd be done at 5:30. But I wasn't. 46 players. $40. Josie won in a 100-meter race against Matt Lee. 38 frog legs eaten on the camping trip. It's good, you gotta try it, I'm telling you. My 5-year-old daughter tries it and likes it. Okay. 37 losing scratch-offs found at the field throughout the season. Yep. Number 36, the state ranking according to NJ.com. That's some guy up in North Jersey in the office. 34 players tried frog legs for the first time on the camping trip. I'm proud of that. 24 goals allowed. 23 goals Matt Z probably would have scored had he played forward all season. Maybe more. 18 wins. 18 freshmen. 17 times Billy's car alarm went off during practice. 13 juniors. 12 guys who helped me paint my house. Thank you guys. 12 yellow cards. Trevor leading the team with 3 this season. 9 seniors. 7 shutouts. 6 bus rides with Miss Kathy. 6 sophomores. 5 guys that took to hide Adam King's car in the weeds on the golf course. That was one of my favorites. 4 pukers during preseason. 4 all Cape Atlantic players plus 1 all Cape Atlantic League honorable mention. 3 days of camping, 2 in the rain. 3 losses. 3 own goals. 3 South Jersey finals appearances in the last 4 years. 2 people Garrett bloodied with his paintball gun that was the same as everyone else's. I have a scar right there, you see that? That's never going away. Bleeding for 2 days. 1 harmonica stolen from my house. Right on time. 1 game of wiffle ball in the pouring rain. 1 squad Olympics, squad 6 champs. 1 team barbecue. 1 time Chase was chipped at practice. All season. No, only 1. That's good. 1 greased watermelon pulled from the ocean. Chase almost died. I'll tell anybody. 1 Cape Atlantic League championship, and the #1 passing team I have ever coached. Thank you. All right. We'd like to first recognize our managers. Carly Montemuro, Peyton Malloy, and Ava Romeo. These girls, you guys can come up. These girls did a fantastic job keeping the stats, the scoreboard, and the camera. These are all... Thank you, girls. You can sit if you want to stand. I want to stay a long time. These are all thankless jobs, and they were committed to doing them to the best they could every game. Thank you, girls, for your help this season. Thank you. All right, we're going to start out with first-year varsity letter winners. All right, so first one we go with Reed Lindsay. Over my 9 years coaching, yeah, he's the man. Over my 9 years coaching, I have only had 4 players make the varsity team as freshmen, and Reed is the only one so far that has made the team since from tryouts. Early on, we knew that Reed had a lot to offer. The coaches went from, "Who is that kid?" to, "This kid's pretty good," to, "This kid's going to help us." Well, he got a chance to prove that when both our forwards went down with injuries 3 games into the season. Reed held his own and helped us get through that tough time. Reed moves off the ball better than most and has a knack for finding the right pass at the right time. I think that Reed will be remembered most this season for scoring on his first touch in his first game against his old classmates at Lower Cape May. With 2 goals and 1 assist, forward Reed Lindsay. All right, Matt Lee. You may not know this, but Matt Leap has one of the hardest shots on the team. During shooting drills, we would often say, "Be a killer." Matt Leap took this to a new level. Matt made others look like little boys when he would shoot the ball. So much so that he became known not just as a killer, but the Slayer. Matt, he looks like a Slayer, doesn't he? Matt played outside mid for us this season and battled through injury. He was able to give us quality minutes. Matt earned 1 assist this season. However, I think he will be most remembered for his shooting prowess and his $40 100-meter yard dash with Josie. Matt Lee. All right, Jaden. This season, Jaden played a little bit of every position, but no matter where he went, we knew that he would he'd be playing with intensity and aggression. Coming off the bench, we knew that Jaden could bring the intensity level up where the opposing teams thought they'd get a rest, and but they had to deal with him. Jaden finished the season with 1 goal and 1 assist. Jaden will be remembered most for stepping on more toes during rondos than even thought possible, and having arguably the quickest feet on the team. All-around utility man, Jaden Brady. Tanasi K. That's all I'm saying. Say it. No, I can't. This year, Tanasi joined the varsity team and was a critical piece in our team. He played outside mid, where he was able to utilize his foot skills and speed. There was never a day where Tanasi didn't say hello to me, and as medkit man, he always made sure his job was done and was always thank me after practice. What I will remember most this season from his game was him scoring a goal on Oakcrest with 24 seconds remaining on the clock. That was their first goal conceded all season, and it showed the never-say-die attitude of this young man. Scoring 3 goals and 2 assists this season, outside midfielder Tanasi. All right, Joey Sacco. I rarely sub the defense, so being a defensive sub makes it difficult to ever see time on the field. However, when injuries came, Joey Sacco was there to fill in when we needed him the most. Joey proved himself not only as a defender, but also as an outside midfielder. With his speed and strength, Joey went from seeing limited minutes to being the first off the bench at the end of the season. Although Joey did a fantastic job for us at outside mid, he will most likely resume his defensive responsibilities next season to fill the holes of 3 graduating seniors. Arguably the smartest kid on the field, never a slacker despite what Coach Earl says, Joey Sacco. Brian Calderon. Brian may be the easiest person on the team to talk to and get along with. He is always up for a challenge. He works hard at everything he does. He has a genuine care for his teammates and his family that is hard to match. Most of you only see games, but practice is where a lot of the real magic happens. Brian made some of the most unbelievable stops this year, and I am excited to see what he brings next year. This year, Brian will be remembered most for his penalty shot gibberish, diving face first into a goalpost, and being the team's best frog hunter on the camping trip. With 6 recorded saves, goalkeeper Brian Calderon. Rafa. Rafa joined our team this season as an exchange student from Spain. Rafa's first practice was a beach run day where we did relays in and out of the water, sprints on the soft sand, and wrestled for greased watermelons in the ocean. Not speaking great English or knowing anyone on the team, I can only imagine what his thoughts were of American soccer and our team as he participated in this psycho practice. However, Rafa joined our team and seamlessly fit right into the mix. He was quickly accepted by the boys, and now everyone speaks Spanish. My favorite thing Rafa wrote about our team was, "These people are as amazing as a group and individually." Thanks for being part of our crazy team, Rafa. Andre Briere. Andre joined the varsity squad this year and was arguably the most improved player throughout the season. Andre played forward and most memorably contributed by assisting Josie on one of his few goals this season. He was a pass first man. Andre was the most helpful player to me that I've ever had. Andre would often be seen getting the gear out, putting it away, and correcting me anytime I spoke. With 3 career assists and literally carrying the team on his shoulders this year, Andre Briere. I got it wrong. This is why I don't say last names. Chase Jones. That's amazing. Like Andre, another player who has been of invaluable help to me is Chase Jones. Chase has been part of this program for 4 years. However, having him on the varsity squad this past year was a real pleasure. His improvement this year as a goalie was unmatched. Chase was determined every day to work hard and never let anyone chip the ball over his head. I know that because despite my best efforts, I was never able to get him. Chase became a better goalie every day, and his progress was visible. Chase will probably be best known for the time he almost drowned in a heroic effort to wrestle a greased watermelon out of the ocean. I think he's still bitter. Ty won that one. Didn't say that. With 6 saves and 1 shutout, a fantastic kid who I will miss, Chase Jones. Second year varsity letter winners, Anthony and Sarah. It was great to have Anthony back this season after sitting out last year with a separated shoulder. He was ready to make up for lost time. He fit perfectly into our scheme as our left back and was a major part of our success bringing the ball up with possession. Anthony won more head balls this season than the rest of the team combined. As our left back, he assisted 2 goals and scored 6. None more important than more memorable than his goal against Williamstown. I love the toughness that he plays with, and my favorite play from him this year, aside from the Williamstown game winner, was how, instead of reacting to an elbow to the face after the play, Anthony got up and shut the other team up by scoring only seconds later. With such great balance of composure and toughness, outside back, and press all-star honorable mention, Anthony and Sarah. Trevor Payon. Again, another player who sat out most of last season due to injury was now ready to prove his worth to himself and the team. Trevor started the season at outside mid, but after injury set in on our team, we moved him to center mid, where he found it was a great fit for him. It was clear that he was on a mission, as he took most of our free kicks and around the goal and became quite the distributor. To get some perspective on his impact on our team, this season Trevor scored 10 goals and had 12 assists. However, more notably, he either scored or assisted a goal in 17 of our 24 games. 22 games, whatever it is. A player who plays above his stature on the field, a great attitude off the field, and a fiery intensity on it, making first team Cape Atlantic League honorable mention and second team press all-star, Trevor Payon. Luke Barallo. With more speed, Luke was able to score some of the prettiest goals all season. Most notably, 2 against Glassboro and a screamer against Washington Township. There was a point in the season where literally every shot Luke took went in the goal. Guys would even shoot the ball off him and it would go in. Although hindered by injury for part of the season, Luke pushed through and revived our team when we needed him most. However, injuries were not enough to keep him from taking first place in the annual arcade air hockey tournament, winning a flat screen TV, a little one. This season, Luke compiled 11 goals and 6 assists, and I can't wait to see what next year brings. Earning Press All-Star honorable mention, Luke Barallo. Hunter Payon. There are opposing players that we as coaches need to account for when we face off. However, I don't think I have ever coached against a player that I could compare to Hunter. Hunter has a motor that does not quit. He is such a headache for other teams that I have on more than once seen the starter and the sub on the outside mid on the other team asked to come off the game because of Hunter's intensity. Coach Tower calls it the Hunter X Factor. He could bring it to the game with his hustle, and he could turn the tide of any game. I remember the time when we came out so flat against Cedar Creek and down 1-0 for most of the first half, and it was Hunter's determination to not accept defeat that brought us back into that game to later win by 4 goals. With so many highlights this season, team leading 16 goals, 6 assists, first team All Cape Atlantic League, as well as second team Press All-Star, Hunter Payon. Adam King. There are not many like Adam King. The boy marches to the beat of his own drum, and I really admire him for that. Now I can stand up here all night and give you Adam King stories, but I will limit them to a few. My favorite all-time Adam story is when he started climbing trees at our campsite one year that turned into a full-on competition of manhood against a kid named Rickshaw. Or the time where he lost his car at practice because 5 guys picked it up and moved it into the golf course. Or the time where he scored the best goal of the season and then followed it up with an airplane celebration down the middle of the field. Or the time when he was struggling trying to surf on a small board, so I lent him mine, and about 6 hours later he came back with the biggest smile on his face and he said that it changed his life. Adam's a great kid. He could bend the ball like no other. So much so that he earned the name RPM. But he will probably be remembered most for his beatboxing, car noises, and cruising in his beloved Mazda Miata. With 3 goals and 2 assists this season, outside midfielder, the one, the only, Adam Kane. Billy Barnett. Over my coaching career, there have been few players that are talented enough to play center mid or forward, but are asked to play a defensive role because that is what our team needs. Billy fits that description and never complained to have his position changed. Second year starting defender, Billy, outside right back, was the one that started most of our attacks. This season we worked the ball up the field, and if it weren't for his perfect Ronaldinho-like first touch, we would have struggled mightily. Billy may indeed have the best ability on the team to settle a ball from distance. Billy was known for always making the most spectacular plays, but once he won the ball, he would pass it right back to the other team. But then he'd win it right back again. As a defender, Billy scored 4 goals and assisted 5 others. These are great stats, but I think that Billy would most like to be remembered for being the only defender to not score on his own goal this season. He is an incredible player and has a delivery of jokes that is unmatched. Senior defender, Billy Farnham. Garrett Malik. Over the 4 years, goalies pay their dues more than any other player. They take more of a beating on a daily basis than most people know. There are some guys on this team that have an absolute cannon, and I would not get in the way of their shot if you paid me. Garrett loves this. This year, Garrett came back ready to own his senior year in goal, and we started the season by telling him that we were not going to be punting or taking many long goal kicks, something he was pretty good at. However, Garrett adjusted quickly and became a fantastic distributor of the ball. Garrett has a great competitive spirit and is always looking to win. This season, this was seen in a couple of times this season when he brought out, I should start there. Garrett has a great competitive spirit and is always looking to win. This was seen a couple times this season when he brought his own gun paintballing. We were all out there with what felt like water pistols. He's got a machine gun mowing us down. Also, Garrett wasn't shy about bumping me and Matt Leap off the track to gain first place in go-karting. Garrett was a great goalie with a great competitive spirit, allowing our competition only 1 goal a game, made 119 saves this season, and kept us in so many games. Senior goalkeeper and earning Press All-Star honorable mention, Garrett Malik.
Yeah.
Matt Z. Matt Z came into the season with such a confidence that it boosted the whole team. At all times, we knew that Matt would be the fastest kid on the field, and we would never need to worry about getting scored on a long ball if he was in the game. This proved to be true, as we did not get scored on at once all season on a breakaway, a stat few teams can boast. As the season went on, he became more focused and was determined to keep the ball out of the back of the net. Matt did a great job doing just that, but there are some that speculate that Matt could have scored over 20 goals this season if he had played forward. What I do know is that he was a great anchor back there for us, and co-leader of our defense, finishing with 2 goals and tracking down more long balls than I can remember. Senior, first team and top vote getter for defenders, and first team press all-star, Matt Zielinski. I should also note that Matt kicked the ball and hit me in the head this season so hard. I had never. He hits the ball harder than I don't know if maybe anybody ever, and I think I still have a concussion. That's all right. Sean Zellers. Many people talk about what they will do, but few go out and do it. Sean Zellers was our vocal leader this season. He was often the one who would get our team together, focused and motivated before big games. He was a fantastic captain who put the needs of the team above his own. There are few that have been so dedicated to this program over all my years coaching. He is a captain to be admired and emulated. I think Sean might agree that his greatest accomplishment over his high school soccer career may have been scoring the 8th goal against Bridgeton. Not because he safely put the game out of reach, but rather that he earned a varsity goal and would no longer have to suffer the criticism of his 2 older brothers. Sean also assumed the role as team frog skinner. I'm sure his mom would be so proud that he skins all 17 frogs on this camping trip. Although, you gotta try it. Don't knock it. Don't knock it. Although that was his only tangible stat this season, we could not have been half the team we were without his presence in the back. Senior, starting, center back, first team All Cape Atlantic League, second team Press All-Star defender, Sean Zellers. All right, third year varsity letter winners. Matt Brook. Injuries can test a player, but multiple recurring injuries can crush their resolve if they are not mentally prepared. Matt Brook dealt with a multitude of injuries and setbacks that almost cost him his season. Instead of accepting defeat or listening to doctors, Matt decided to play through his pain. I don't have any real stat or number to show, but what I know is that we are a better team, we pass better, we score more, and we defend harder when he is on the field. He has a very high soccer IQ, and like most players, he doesn't do anything too flashy. But he knows when to get rid of the ball, he makes minimal mistakes, and he has a cannon of a shot. He's always trying to improve his game, and I hope this offseason he can get fully healthy, because we have not seen how good he could really be yet. With 9 goals and 3 assists this season, and Press All-Star honorable mention, third year varsity letter winner, Matt Brook. All right, and Josiah Nestorenko. Call him Josie. As returning center mid, Josie set some lofty goals for himself and his team. Coming off a successful season with a disappointing finish, he worked on his shortcomings in the offseason and came back arguably more in shape than anyone else. Josie has a real knack for playing playing center mid and can control an entire game with his play. Although he has never been known as a speed demon, he did win 1 race this season, and he showed that he could be dominant on the field without speed. Second consecutive year as the first team Cape Atlantic League top vote getter for midfielders. Second consecutive All-South jersey. Second year as first team Press All-Star. Invited to play in the South Jersey and the State Senior All-Star Games. Third year varsity letter winner, senior captain, Josiah Nestorenko. All right, this is the best passing team I have ever had. One of the best teams I've ever coached. So last time we'll stand together, 2017 boys varsity. You can take a seat. All right, I know it's getting late. I'm going to do my best. I feel like these boys put a lot of time in during the season. You know that. and I want to give them their due, because this is the last time I get to see them, so I get a little sentimental here. All right, I'm going to do a defense award. There are only a handful of players that instill such confidence in their teammates as well as their coaches. When this guy was in the game, we had no doubts that he would catch the fastest of forwards. After we lost to Oakcrest, fourth game of the season, he changed his game and was never beaten off the dribble again. When the playoffs arrived, he had a laser focus that I rarely see in high school. He tracked down the best forwards all season with such proficiency. I have experienced firsthand his closedown speed when I had 5 steps on him, and it took 2 for him to catch up to me. He was such a fun player to watch, and when you combine that speed with his ability to keep the ball and command the team from the defense, he is one special player. His favorite memory from this season was eating frog legs on the camping trip, but he will probably be remembered most for his speed, punching bag prowess, and parking his car diagonally in front of the shed, ensuring no one would get by him after everyone threw the gear in his truck. I will miss him on the field, but I will miss his wit and his insane competitive spirit, especially during rondos. Contrary to the rest of the team, he and Josie had the best rondo duo. Cal, first team All-Star, first team press All-Star, fastest kid on the field at all times. The defense award goes to Matt Zielinski. The offense award. The offense award on this team is a difficult award to give because by nature of our system, we spread the goals around. This is seen by the fact that all of our goals were spread out among 14 players. However, this player stood above the rest when it came to scoring big goals at big times. After conceding a bogus penalty shot at Oakcrest in a must-win conference game, we were tasked with scoring on a goalie that had not given up 2 goals all season. Disregarding this fact, he found a way to score in a scrum in front of the goal with 15 minutes in the game. And when they were content with taking the game to overtime, he opted to end the game with 4 minutes left, a dramatic goal where he won a foot race at the top of the 18 to beat the goalie. There's also the game winners against Wildwood Catholic, Middle Township in overtime, Glassboro, Pleasantville, and Absegami. Washington Township coach said he was a handful and that they could never stop worrying about where he was. He scored or assisted in 16 of our 22 games, and was a definite factor in all. With the team leading 16 goals, first team All-Cape Atlantic League, second team Press All-Star, the offense award goes to Hunter Payon. Yeah. Okay, the coaches awards, one I give. There's 2 coaches awards this year because I could not decide on picking one, so bear with me. For the past 9 years, there has been a legacy with the number 22. It has been worn by the same family since I started coaching, and it has always been one of my most reliable and respectful players. This is the last year number 22 will be worn by him, and I hope the kid who takes it next year will know what it meant to those who wore it before him. He was always the one to talk to his team, always helping gather the gear, always offering rides to kids who were left to practice, and always the one who would count it down as we left practice. His character showed more off the field. I'm sorry. His character showed more than off the field. After breaking his wrist early in the game against Williamstown, he did not give any thought to coming off the field, but rather played through the game and the pain and helped shut down the fastest kid we saw all season. If there was ever someone who loved Ocean City soccer, it was this guy, who even after the crowds cleared and the sun set on that cold South Jersey Championship day, he was there on the bench, unwilling to let his final season go. I will miss his grandfather shouting, "Go OC," at every game. He was a terrific captain and a winning squad leader, bringing his squad the gold medal in the 2017 Squad Olympics. What a fitting player to end a dynasty of success. The Coaches Award goes to number 22, Sean Zellers. lot in my life. And I'm pretty cold sometimes, but these boys will bring me to tears quicker than anything else. This player has the ability to This player has the ability to do that more than any other. We have literally yelled at each other, battled on the field, laughed and cried together. He, like me, loved surfing and was always conflicted about practice schedule when the waves were fired. He turned down surf trips to be with his team. He has the funniest sense of humor on the team, and he can get me laughing with just a facial expression. He never asked to play defense, but he never asked to be moved. He did his job and played as hard as anyone out there. In the last game, he was being heckled by Mainland's parents and was up against a kid that outweighed him by 50 pounds. Yet he won that matchup all day long, winning headers and bodying up, frustrating that kid to the point where he was throwing elbows. After the elbow, in the next play, you'd see him back to toe poking him in the heels again as the play was 50 yards away. Throughout the season, he developed a great touch, earned the nickname Dino, and gave himself the write-in award of best touch on the team. What a pleasure to spend 4 years with this player who came in as a little kid, developed into a fantastic player, and now leaves a young man and friend. The Coach's Award goes to Billy Farnham. All right. Most valuable player. Most good teams have a go-to player on whom they rely when things get tough. Our guys learned to lean on this player for the past 2 seasons to get the job done. For the past 2 seasons, we have enjoyed watching him control the tempo of the game and deliver perfect passes on a daily basis. His consistency has made us the team that we are. He was the link from the backs to the forwards, and almost all of our passing progressions went through him. He was a true playmaker, and he made his teammates better. Always a pass-first player, he racked up 23 assists this season, and an astounding total of 38 career assists. His soccer IQ is among the best I have ever coached, and he turns heads wherever he goes. I'm so proud of all his accomplishments, and I was able to coach him. On more than a few occasions, he would stay after practice and talk with me for literally hours. My wife can attest to this. He loves the game and has a bright future ahead. Self-admittedly, not the fastest on the team, nor had he a laser shot, but I think that he would say his greatest accomplishment was beating Matt Leaf this year. He told me to say it a lot. Earning first team, All-Cape Atlantic League, first team Press All-Stars, All-South Jersey, Most Valuable Player Award goes to Josiah Nisring. I'm going to let it go now, Matt Leaf. One more time. All right. Last award we have here is the Unsung Hero Award. And we give this award out every year. And I want you to know this one's a little different, okay? So I want you to listen good. Rarely does a team vote for an award and unanimously choose a single player. This year, the Unsung Hero Award was unanimous minus 1 vote, his own. The Unsung Hero is a player that does so much for the team but is rarely recognized for their efforts. There has never, in the history of this program, been a player who has put the team above himself more than this guy. Every day, he would show up to practice early, grab the keys from me. Now keep in mind, I had never asked him to do this. He'd unlock the bathrooms, concession stand, and the shed, After, he would return my keys and go back to the shed and bring all the equipment to the field. There was not a practice where he failed to do this. When asked, why do you get all this stuff? Other guys have their jobs. He replied, I don't mind, they can focus on getting ready for the game. Countless times, he would take the gear that no one wanted, pick up the furthest cone, or grab the flag that was left on the opposite side of the field. This is the character of this young man. I could continue to list all that he has done for us, but we would be here all night. However, I want him to know how valuable he was to me personally and to this team, and I hope that players on this team would aspire to lead like him. When Glory Days magazine called asking for players on this team who would aspire to, I messed up. When Glory Days magazine called asking for a scholar athlete, I immediately gave him his name and told him that all he does for our team, and they were thrilled to do a feature on him. It will be out this Friday. He is easily the smartest person on our team and corrected me daily. He could have his choice at college and will probably cure cancer one day. He played 4 years on this team, earning 3 varsity assists, and has such a love and passion for this team. I received more elbows to the ribs and more toes stepped on him by him during practices, but his energy made us better. He could shoot the ball with precision with both right and left feet. He became more commonly known throughout the season as the Portuguese Prince. My favorite memory was when the fans wanted to see him play. They brought out the fat head, and Adam King's crazy friend yelled, I think it's time for royalty. In addition to all that I've said about this young man, he is incredibly generous. He's offered his own game socks to players when they forgot their own. On the last game, when it was freezing cold, he literally gave the shirt off his back to some freshman who was cold. He is the exact embodiment of an unsung hero. So I think it fitting that from hereafter, the Unsung Hero Award for the Ocean City Boys Soccer program be renamed to the Andre Award. Please stand and recognize the unsung hero himself.
Andre!
All right, I gotta close this. I'm going off of the script right now, okay? I don't know where it's gonna go. I've had a crazy day, all right? My uncle went out on a hunting trip yesterday out in Estelle Manor, and told his wife, told my dad that he was going out, going to shoot an 8-point buck. And he went out yesterday, and he shot that 8-point buck. I don't know how you can call something like that. If you hunt at all, you can't call that. And he had a heart attack right after he shot him. And give me a second. I feel like I should say something to everybody here, because I have a captive audience. This morning I went to school. I had to leave early, and I spent half the morning looking for that deer. For some reason, to me, that was a big deal for me. I had to find it. And after about, like, I don't know, 45 minutes looking for it, we found it. Like a needle in a haystack in the middle of the woods. And my uncle, before he died, he said that, like, he went over and was talking to some of the people that he knew and liked, and people that had done a lot for him, and he thanked them for it. And I think that not just you boys, but everyone who's here today, and I think we should just be kind to one another. I think that this world, especially I see what's in school these days, just we need to be nice to each other, guys. If you appreciate someone, go and tell them. Because we're not guaranteed tomorrow, not guaranteed this afternoon or to the rest of the night. So tell somebody that you appreciate them in life. If you've wronged somebody, try to fix that. And even though I don't know, maybe I'm just emotional right now, but I think we need to swallow our pride and just ask for forgiveness sometimes and try to find that in people. So I guess, I don't know, I'm off script, so I don't know what I'm saying right now. But I think that is an important thing that we all can learn from. I think we should love God, we should love our neighbor, and we should be kind. So I mean that in that order. So I'll go back on the script so we can get out of here. This season was quite a run, and it will be one that I will remember forever. I'm sorry. You guys are the only ones that get me. I really love this team, and I enjoyed being out there with you every day. I hope you remembered the few things that we spoke about during our time. I hope you enjoyed your time playing soccer for Ocean City. I put everything I had into it. Seniors, you will be truly missed, probably by me the most. I wish you all the best as you head out into the next chapter of your life. Remember that you can literally do anything you want. Don't limit yourselves with poor decisions. Remember how good we have it here in this life and where we live. Take time to recognize these things. Help others who cannot repay you. All right? And I'm going to end it with a Bob Marley quote I said all season. Give your more to receive your less. All right? Give your more to receive your less. God bless you all until we see you again. Seniors, we got some stuff up here. I think some of them want to say something.
I'm going to speak on behalf of everyone up here, all the seniors. To start off, I just want to thank my parents for everything they've done. They've guided me through life. They've showed me the right things, and they brought me here. They do everything for me, and I'm sure they'd say the same for their parents. Next, I'd like to thank Bogey. Soccer for Ocean City High School is more than just soccer. He goes on rants like he just did, and he teaches us lessons that I would have never learned. I would have never been the person I am today without Bogey teaching me everything he did. Taking those short stops, talking about how you look at your hand. Easy stuff like that. You remember it forever. And he's just had such an impact on all of us, and I can't thank him enough for everything he's done. From the 8 years that he's been with my brothers and me, I've always looked up to being a part of this program, seeing how the success of Ocean City High School has always been there. From Stevie to Zach, it was always there. And I just wanted to be part of that dynasty. I wanted to be part of Ocean City High School, be like the people that were before us. And although we fell short this year, I know I loved every minute of it. And can't thank everybody enough, all the coaches, Tim showing up every day, Earl being there every day, and Kieran over there. But I don't have enough words to just thank everybody that's helped us do this and made it who we are today. Thank you.
I'd like to start off by thanking Bogey and the rest of the coaching staff. for an amazing 4 years, and I would gladly play 4 more. I would also like to thank my family. 1, for being there for me, good and bad, and 2, for driving me to and from practice and games each week. For the freshmen, you've probably heard us say before, it goes by fast. And it really does. So make every minute of it count. And enjoy it. I know I sure did. Thank you.
Well, to keep it nice, short, and sweet. First off, I'd like to thank my parents for just always being there for me, like driving all across the state for practices and games. Just, I don't know what I'd do without them. Always there for me. I'd like to thank the coaches at Ocean City just for making the 4 years as enjoyable as they have been. And just without them, the experience, it wouldn't be the same. And of course, just my fellow teammates and players. It's been great just battling with you guys throughout the 4 years. Had a great time, had a great run. And one word of advice, like Garrett said, just enjoy it because it really does fly by. That's it.
I think these guys covered all the thank yous pretty good. Thank all the coaches. You guys are the best. Coach Tower, Bogey, and Earl. For those of you who don't know, Earl coached my father in high school, and then he coached me as well. It's kind of a family man. And, you know, these teammates, you grow up with them, and they're like the best. I don't think a day went by that these guys didn't roast me for throwing soccer in Matt Brown. or Matt Rook. Or select female, my Ronald McDonald cleats. These guys, you know, they're special kids. And with you freshmen, you know, this team is a brotherhood. You'll learn to love it, and sooner you know it's going to be gone like that. So, thank you guys. A little shorter than everyone, sorry. I'm Billy. Troy. Hi, Billy. I'd just kind of like to start by thanking my parents, my mom, who's here, and my dad, who's like in Florida right now. I love you, Mom. Just want a couple of notes real quick. This team was really special. Not many times does a coach ask you to go paint his house. I was lucky enough to go do that, and as I'm moving stuff, I happened to see this bad boy. I snagged it in the next away game when we won. I played a little tune. Not the best, but Bogey was like, Bogey said, "Did you just steal my harmonica?" And I did. Overall, just like a really good team. One of the best teams I've ever been a part of. It was really fun. Only defender did not score on our own net. Surprised how many times that happened. It was just like every other game. And Anthony scoring, not in the right net. It was just such a good team. I'd like to thank everyone for the years I've been playing here, and I wish you all the best. And we got a little something for you.
All right, now we would like to call the coaches up to give out some gifts. Tim Tower.
guy needs to hit the gym once in a while.
Next up, Kieran Kaiser. Mr. Boomstead. Also, Earl, he's not here tonight, but he's been a big part of our success this year. He's always there for us. And lastly, Bogey. Thank you, boys. You guys have been my brothers for 4 years.
All right, well, thank you, coaches, for that, and players, and to everyone else for coming out tonight. The underclassmen, I guess you see what's up for next year, and continue the great Ocean City teams that we do have. And to the seniors, good luck in your future endeavors. I think you'll all do well. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming.